The aliens came on a Tuesday. They called themselves the Galactic Council. They had been watching Earth for many years. Tahoe Kim was looking at the night sky when the news broke. Strange ships had appeared near the moon. Big ships that shone like glass. Tahoe worked as a scientist who studied space life. He had always believed aliens might exist. Now they were here. "Look," said his friend Mincio, pointing at the TV. "They're sending a message." The message was simple. "We come as friends to help Earth." 3 days later, the alien ships landed in fields outside major cities. From them came tall beings with skin that changed colors like fish scales. Their leader called himself Sorrel. "We have watched humans for 50 years. Sorrel told world leaders at a big meeting. "You are strong, but your planet is in trouble. We want to help you join our group of worlds." The aliens offered amazing gifts. Machines that cleaned the air. Medicine that cured cancer. Energy that didn't make smoke. They asked for very little in return, just some metals from Earth and help with their science work. Most people were happy. Who wouldn't want cures for all diseases? Free energy. No more hunger. But Tahoe felt something was wrong. When he asked Sorrel hard questions, the alien would smile and change the subject. "Don't you think it's strange?" Tahoe asked Mincio one night. "They give us so much but tell us so little about themselves. I found something odd in their medical tests," Mincio whispered. "She worked at the new Alien Health Center. They're very interested in human brains, especially the parts that make us care about others." A week later, Mincio didn't come to work. Tahoe called her home. No answer. He went to her apartment. Empty. When he asked the aliens, they smiled. "Dr. Yum was chosen for a special study program on our home world. She is fine." That night, Tahoe found a hidden message on his computer. It was from Mincio. "Tahoe, don't trust them. They don't help worlds. They take something from each species they visit, something in our minds. They think our kindness is a weakness. Be careful. They're watching everyone who asks questions." Looking at the stars that night, Tahoe felt cold fear. The aliens didn't come to help humans survive. They came to take something from us, something they thought was a flaw, but might be our greatest strength. He had to find out what the aliens really wanted, and he had to do it before more people disappeared. 3 months passed. The aliens were everywhere now. They built healing centers in every city. They gave out free food and energy. People loved them. Tahoe kept looking for Mincio. No one seemed worried about her except him. When he asked too many questions, the aliens gave him a new job, human friend to aliens. They said it was important. "You will help us understand humans better," Sorrel told him with a smile that didn't reach his eyes. The new job let Tahoe go into alien buildings. He used this to search for clues about Mincio. One night, Tahoe met his friend Yunji at her small house. She worked with computers and could find hidden information. "Look at this," she whispered, showing him some numbers on her tablet. "The aliens say they're taking iron and copper from our minds. But these reports show they're taking something else too. Something from hospitals and medical labs." "What is it?" Tahoe asked. "Brain tissue," Yunji said. "They're collecting human brain samples. And look at the people they've invited to their ships for special tests. They all have something in common." She showed him a list of names. All people like Mincio, who put others first, who worked helping jobs, who would risk themselves for strangers. That night, Tahoe used his new pass card to enter the alien ship when most aliens were at a big meeting with world leaders. He found a hidden door behind a wall panel. Inside was a large room filled with glass boxes. Each box held a sleeping person. Tubes ran from machines into their heads. And there in the middle row was Mincio. Tahoe ran to her box. Her eyes were open but empty. The machine above her pulsed with blue light. "Fascinating, isn't it?" said a voice behind him. Tahoe turned to see Coral. "What are you doing to them?" Tahoe's voice shook. "Studying the flaw in your species." Coral said, walking slowly around the room. Humans do something no normal species does. You die for ideas. You jump into danger to save strangers. You pick dying for a cause over living for yourself. It's not natural. It's what makes us human, Tahoe said. Tvoral's skin turned deep red. It's what makes you dangerous. A species that doesn't fear death cannot be controlled. We need to find this thing in your brains and remove it before humans spread to other stars. Tahoe suddenly understood the aliens' real plan. They didn't come to help humans live better. They came to change what humans were. As alien guards entered the room, Tahoe grabbed a data stick from the main computer and ran. He had to tell everyone the truth, and fast. Tahoe ran through dark streets, holding the data stick tight. He had to find a safe place. The aliens would be looking for him. He went to Yunji's house and pounded on her door. When she opened it, he pushed inside and locked it behind him. "They found me," he said, breathing hard. "I saw Mincio and others. The aliens are studying their brains. They think our kindness and self-sacrifice is a problem. They want to fix us by making us more like them." Yunji looked at the data stick. "Let me see what's on this." While she worked, Tahoe called two more friends, Dongyun, who worked for the army, and Jisoo, a doctor. They needed people they could trust. "Look at this," Yunji said when the others arrived. She pointed to her screen. "The aliens are taking people who show strong caring for others. They're studying their brains to find what makes humans willing to die for each other or for ideas." "But why?" asked Jisoo. "Because it scares them," Tahoe said. "They think all smart beings should want to live at any cost. But humans will die for what they believe in or to save others. The aliens think it's a mistake in our brains." "What are they planning to do?" Dongyun asked. Tahoe pointed to a file on the screen. "They've made a way to change human brains. They're going to put it in the medicine they give out at their health centers. It will make people care more about staying alive than about anything else." "We have to tell everyone," Jisoo said. "Who would believe us?" Yunji asked. "The aliens have given people everything they want. Free food, no more sickness, clean air. Then we need proof people can't ignore," Tahoe said. They made a plan. Jisoo would get blood samples from people who had taken alien medicine. Dongyun would find soldiers who hadn't taken it yet. Yunji would try to break into the alien computer system. Tahoe would try to free Mincio and the others. It wasn't easy. The aliens had eyes everywhere. They had to meet in old tunnels under the city where the alien machines couldn't see them. More people joined them. Workers who had seen strange things at alien buildings. Doctors who noticed people changing after taking alien medicine, becoming less caring, more selfish. 2 weeks later, they were ready. Donghyun brought 10 soldiers who still fought for themselves. Jisoo had proof the medicine changed brain chemistry. Yunji had broken into the alien message system. That night, they went to the main alien ship. While Yunji sent out their message to all screens in the city, the soldiers helped Tahoe get inside to the room with the glass boxes. The sound of fighting filled the halls as Tahoe reached Mincio's box. He didn't know how to wake her up. The machine hummed above her head. In fear, he just pulled the tubes from her head and lifted her out. Her eyes opened. "Tahoe, is it really you?" "Yes," he said, tears in his eyes. "I found you." An alarm blared. Red lights flashed. Sorrel's voice came over speakers. "Humans of Earth, some of your kind are trying to stop our help. They don't understand what we offer. True safety, true survival." Tahoe helped Mincio stand. "Can you walk? We need to free the others." She nodded weakly. "I heard them while I was in there. They don't understand humans at all. Their first mistake was thinking we just wanted to survive." Alarms screamed through the alien ship. Red lights flashed. Tahoe and Mincio ran down the long hall, stopping at each glass box to free the person inside. "We can't save them all," Mincio said weakly. She could barely stand after weeks in the alien machine. "There are too many. We have to try." Tahoe said. Outside the ship, Yunji's message played on every screen in the city. She showed the proof they had found, the alien plan to change human minds and make people stop caring about each other. People watched in shock. Some didn't believe it. Others remembered friends or family who had changed after taking alien medicine. At the alien health centers, people stopped taking the pills and shots the aliens offered. Some threw the medicine away. Others broke into storage rooms to destroy it. The aliens sent out their flying machines to calm people down. "This is a mistake," their voices said from speakers. "We only want to help you, to make you better." But now many people asked, "Better how?" "By making us stop caring. By making us only want to live and nothing else." Inside the ship, Tahoe and Mincio had freed 20 people when alien guards found them. The guards carried weapons that shot blue light. "Stop," the lead guard said. "You are ruining our work." "Your work is ruining us," Tahoe answered. He stood in front of Mincio to protect her. The guard raised his weapon. "Move away from the subjects." "No," Tahoe said. The guard seemed confused. "You will be hurt if you don't move." "I know," Tahoe said. The alien's skin turned purple, a sign of confusion. "Then why stand there? It's not logical." Before Tahoe could answer, the ship shook. A loud boom echoed through the halls. Donghyun and his soldiers had set off bombs at the ship's power center. The lights went out. In the darkness, Tahoe grabbed Mincio's hand, and they ran past the confused guards. All across the city, fights broke out between aliens and humans. Not all humans fought. Some still believed the aliens were helping. But more joined the resistance every hour as Yunji's message kept playing. By morning, the aliens had lost control of the city. Their ships lifted off and moved high above Earth. Sorrel's voice came from them, speaking to all humans. "You fight against your own good," he said. "We offer you perfect survival. Why do you reject it?" Tahoe and his friends set up a way to answer. Mincio, still weak but getting stronger, spoke into a microphone that sent her words to everyone. "We reject it because humans are more than just bodies that want to live," she said. "We love, we hope, we believe, we sacrifice for each other. That's not a mistake in our brains. It's what makes life worth living." Sorrel didn't understand, but survival must come first. All beings want to live above all else. "Not us," Mincio said. "Sometimes there are things worth dying for. That's what you never understood about humans." The alien ships stayed above Earth for days while talks went on. Some aliens began to watch humans with new interest. They saw parents risk themselves for children. They saw strangers help each other during dangers. They saw people stand up for what they believed even when it put them in harm's way. Slowly, a few aliens began to wonder, what if the humans were right? Tahoe ran through dark streets, holding the data stick tight. He had to find a safe place. The aliens would be looking for him. He went to Yunji's house and pounded on her door. When she opened it, he pushed inside and locked it behind him. "They found me," he said, breathing hard. "I saw Mincio and others. The aliens are studying their brains. They think our kindness and self-sacrifice is a problem. They want to fix us by making us more like them." Yunji looked at the data stick. "Let me see what's on this." While she worked, Tahoe called 2 more friends, Dongyun, who worked for the army, and Jisoo, a doctor. They needed people they could trust. "Look at this," Yunji said when the others arrived. She pointed to her screen. "The aliens are taking people who show strong caring for others. They're studying their brains to find what makes humans willing to die for each other or for ideas." "But why?" asked Jisoo. "Because it scares them," Tahoe said. "They think all smart beings should want to live at any cost. But humans will die for what they believe in or to save others. The aliens think it's a mistake in our brains." "What are they planning to do?" Donghyun asked. Tahoe pointed to a file on the screen. "They've made a way to change human brains. They're going to put it in the medicine they give out at their health centers. It will make people care more about staying alive than about anything else. We have to tell everyone, Jisoo said. Who would believe us? Yeonji asked. The aliens have given people everything they want. Free food, no more sickness, clean air. Then we need proof people can't ignore, Taho said. They made a plan. Jisoo would get blood samples from people who had taken alien medicine. Donghyun would find soldiers who hadn't taken it yet. Yeonji would try to break into the alien computer system. Taeho would try to free Minseo and the others. It wasn't easy. The aliens had eyes everywhere. They had to meet in old tunnels under the city where the alien machines couldn't see them. More people joined them. Workers who had seen strange things at alien buildings. Doctors who noticed people changing after taking alien medicine, becoming less caring, more selfish. 2 weeks later, they were ready. Donghyun brought 10 soldiers who still fought for themselves. Jisoo had proof the medicine changed brain chemistry. Yeonji had broken into the alien message system. That night, they went to the main alien ship. While Yeonji sent out their message to all screens in the city, the soldiers helped Taho get inside to the room with the glass boxes. The sound of fighting filled the halls as Taho reached Minseo's box. He didn't know how to wake her up. The machine hummed above her head. In fear, he just pulled the tubes from her head and lifted her out. Her eyes opened. Taho, is it really you? Yes, he said, tears in his eyes. I found you. An alarm blared. Red lights flashed. Sorrel's voice came over speakers. Humans of Earth, some of your kind are trying to stop our help. They don't understand what we offer. True safety. True survival. Taho helped Minseo stand. Can you walk? We need to free the others. She nodded weakly. I heard them while I was in there. They don't understand humans at all. Their first mistake was thinking we just wanted to survive. A month passed. More aliens from Saren's group came to Earth. They called themselves the Learners. They watched humans with great interest. But then bad news came. Sorrel and his group, who called themselves the Purifiers, were coming back. They had bigger ships and stronger weapons. They want to end this once and for all, Saren told Taho and his friends. They think we Learners are sick with human ideas. They want to cure us and change all humans. How much time do we have? Yeonji asked. 3 days, Saren said. Their ships are very fast. Taho called people from all over the world to meet and make a plan. Some wanted to fight. Some wanted to hide. But Minseo had a different idea. The Purifiers think our willingness to die for others is a weakness, she said. Let's show them how strong it really is. She explained her plan. It was dangerous. Many would die. But if it worked, it might save everyone. The Learner aliens had told them how all aliens shared their thoughts through a special mind link. If humans could send their thoughts into this link, the aliens would feel what humans feel. They would understand why humans cared about more than just staying alive. But sending human thoughts would kill the humans who did it. Their minds would be lost. I'll go first, Minseo said. No, Taho argued. We'll find another way. But in the end, they couldn't. When the Purifier ships appeared above Earth, huge and dark, they had to choose. Let the aliens change all humans, or sacrifice a few to save everyone else. 5,000 people from all over the world stepped forward, old and young, rich and poor, all willing to die so others could stay human. Saren and the Learners built a special machine. It would send human thoughts directly into the alien mind link. On the day the Purifiers came to attack, the volunteers gathered. Taeho walked among them, thanking each one. Many were scared, but all were sure about their choice. Why are you doing this? He asked one old woman. Because life isn't just about staying alive, she said. It's about what you live for. The Purifier ships opened. Smaller ships flew out, heading down to Earth with their mind-changing weapons. It's time, Saren said. The first 100 volunteers stepped into the machine. Minseo was among them. Tahoe held her hand one last time. "I wish I could make you understand why we do this," he told Siren. "Maybe soon I will," she said. The machine turned on. The volunteers' bodies shook. Their thoughts, feelings, and memories flowed into the alien mind link. All their love, hope, and willingness to die for others rushed into alien minds like a flood. Up in the ships, the purifier aliens screamed. They had never felt such things before. They couldn't think. Their weapons stopped working. More volunteers entered the machine. More human thoughts flooded the alien mind link. The purifier ships started to fly in circles, lost and confused. Then something strange happened. Some purifier aliens began to change. Their skin turned new colors. They looked at humans with new eyes. They felt for the first time what it was like to care about something more than just staying alive. By the time the last volunteers had given their lives, the attack was over. The purifier ships pulled back. Sorrel's voice came over the radio, shaking and confused. "What have you done to us?" he asked. "We feel different." Tahoe looked at the empty machine. All the volunteers were gone, but they had saved everyone else. "They showed you what makes us human," he answered. 1 year passed since the day of sacrifice. Earth was healing. The aliens who stayed, the learners, helped fix the damage from the fights. They shared some of their technology, but were careful not to change human ways. Tahoe now led a new group called the Bridge, named after the machine that had sent human thoughts to the aliens. The Bridge helped humans and aliens learn from each other. Every morning, Tahoe visited the Wall of Names, a long black wall with the names of the 5,000 volunteers who had given their lives. He always stopped at Minseo's name, touching the letters cut into the stone. "You wouldn't believe what's happening," he told her, even though she wasn't there. "The aliens are changing. Some of them have started to care about things other than just living. Some even help others at risk to themselves." Saren came to find him there. Her skin now sometimes showed colors that aliens never had before. "We have news," she said. "The human thoughts didn't just change the aliens who were here. The mind link carried them to all aliens everywhere. Many are confused. Some are angry. But some are waking up." "Waking up how?" Tahoe asked. "Feeling new things. Caring about each other in new ways. Some young aliens have even shown signs of self-sacrifice." This was big news. It meant humans hadn't just saved Earth. They had changed alien thinking throughout the stars. That afternoon, Tahoe met with Yunji and Dongyun. They had been working with the aliens to learn about space. "The learners want to take some humans to other worlds," Yunji said. "Not to study us, but to let us teach other beings about our way of thinking." Tahoe wasn't sure. "Can we trust them?" "I think so," Dongyun said. "They're different now, and I've been watching them. The ones who were touched most by the human thoughts seem almost human themselves now." The next day, Saren took Tahoe to her ship. She showed him something amazing. A map of all the worlds the aliens knew. "There are thousands of worlds with thinking beings," she said. "Most think like we used to, that survival is the only thing that matters. But we found 3 young species that think more like humans. They value things beyond just living." "And you hid this from us?" Tahoe asked. "We didn't understand what it meant until now," Saren said. "We thought they were mistakes of nature, like we thought you were. Now we wonder if this is how all thinking beings might grow, given time." This idea changed everything. Maybe humans weren't strange. Maybe they were just further along a path all thinking beings might follow. That night, at a big meeting, humans and learner aliens made a new plan. They would form teams to visit other worlds. Not to change them by force as the aliens once tried to change humans, but to share ideas and learn from each other. "We still don't fully understand why some beings develop self-sacrifice and others don't," Saren told the crowd. "But we know now it's not a weakness. It might be the next step in how minds grow." At the end of the meeting, Tahoe stood up. 1 year ago, 5,000 people gave their lives so the rest of us could stay human. They showed the aliens that there's more to life than just staying alive. Now we have a chance to share that lesson with the whole universe. He looked around at the humans and aliens sitting together. This is just the beginning. 5 years passed since the bridge event. Humans and learner aliens now traveled among the stars together. The first human-alien teams had visited 20 different worlds. Tahoe stood on the bridge of a ship called Hope, looking at a new world through the big front window. This planet was home to beings called the Vril. They looked like tall blue trees that could walk. "The Vril are very old," said Saren, who now worked as Tahoe's partner. "They have had space travel for 10,000 years. They only care about collecting knowledge and living as long as they can." The Hope landed in a field of purple grass. The Vril leaders came to meet them. They spoke through machines that changed their whispers into words humans could understand. "We have heard of the human mind change," the oldest Vril said. "Many aliens now act strangely because of you. We wish to understand but not be changed." Tahoe bowed to show respect. "We do not force change. We only share ideas." For 3 weeks, humans lived among the Vril. They showed the tree people human art, music, and stories. The Vril were most confused by human tales of people who died to save others. "This does not help your kind live longer," a Vril teacher said. "Why do you honor such waste?" Yunji, who had come on this trip, tried to explain. "Living longer isn't our only goal. We want our lives to mean something. Sometimes meaning comes from what we give up, not what we keep." The Vril didn't understand, but they watched. They saw how humans treated each other with kindness. They saw how the learner aliens, once cold like them, now showed care and even love. On the last day, something strange happened. A fire broke out in the Vril's main knowledge building. Inside were records going back thousands of years. The Vril stood watching the fire, afraid but not moving. "Why don't they save their knowledge?" Tahoe asked. "The building is too hot," Saren said. "Any Vril who went in would die. They'd live for knowledge but won't die for it." Without thinking, Tahoe and 3 other humans ran into the burning building. They grabbed as many of the crystal data blocks as they could carry. The roof began to fall as they made their last trip out, burning and coughing. The Vril were shocked. "You risked death for our knowledge. Knowledge that is not even yours." Tahoe, his hands wrapped in burn bandages, nodded. "Some things are worth the risk." That night, the oldest Vril came to see Tahoe. "For 10,000 years, we have lived by one rule: survive at all costs. It has made us live long, but I now wonder if we have truly lived well." When the Hope left the Vril world, 2 of the younger Vril asked to come along. They wanted to learn more about the human way. Back on the ship, Saren showed Tahoe something new on her data screen. "The mind change is spreading faster now. Wherever humans and learners go, other beings begin to question old ways of thinking. Are we forcing change?" Tahoe asked, worried. "Like the aliens once tried to do to us?" "No," Saren said. "We only show another way to be. They choose for themselves. Many still choose the old way, survival above all. But more and more see that a life of meaning might be worth the risk of loss." As the Hope jumped to light speed, heading for the next world, Tahoe thought about Mincio and the other volunteers. Their sacrifice had started something that was changing the whole galaxy, not by force, but by example. 20 years had passed since humans first met the aliens. Tahoe was old now, his hair white, his steps slow. But his eyes still shone bright when he looked at the stars. From his window on the moon base, he could see Earth glowing blue and green. Next to Earth hung the Great Ring, a huge circle built by humans and aliens working together. Ships came and went through the ring, traveling to far stars faster than anyone had dreamed possible. Yunji sat with him, old too but still sharp-minded. "Remember when we were scared of the aliens?" she asked with a smile. "Hard to forget," Tahoe said. They wanted to fix us by taking away the best part of being human. A knock came at the door. Saren entered, bringing a young alien with her. Though aliens lived much longer than humans, Saren also showed signs of age. Her skin colors changed more slowly now. "This is Coral," Saren said. Taiho's eyes widened. "Sorrel. Like my parents' name," the young alien said. "I am named after the one who first found Earth. The one who thought human sacrifice was a mistake to be fixed." Taiho looked at Saren in surprise. "The old Sorrel changed greatly after the bridge," she explained. "The human thoughts that entered the mind link changed him most of all. He spent his last years studying what had happened. Before he died, he asked that his child be named after him, but raised to understand humans." Young Sorrel stepped forward. "I've come to tell you something important. The Council of Worlds has made a new decision. We are changing our oldest law." "What law?" Yunji asked. "For millions of years, we aliens believed that helping younger species meant making them more like us, teaching them to put survival first. But we were wrong. Now the law says each species must find its own path. And more than that, we recognize that the human way of thinking, putting meaning above mere survival, is a higher form of thought, not a lower one." Taiho smiled. This was more than he had ever hoped for. That evening, at a big meeting, humans and aliens from 50 worlds gathered to mark the change. Young Sorrel spoke to the crowd. 20 years ago, aliens came to Earth thinking they would fix humans. Instead, humans fixed something broken in us. We had lived so long putting survival first that we had forgotten how to truly live. Humans showed us that life without meaning, without things worth dying for, is not really living at all. Afterward, Taiho walked in the moon garden with Saren. Clear domes let them see the stars above while Earth hung in the black sky. "Do you ever miss Minseo?" Saren asked softly. "Every day," Taiho answered. "But I also feel she's still here somehow." The thoughts and feelings of the volunteers never really died. They live on in the changed minds of aliens across the galaxy. Saren's skin turned a warm gold color. "That's true. Sometimes I feel thoughts that don't seem like my own. Braver thoughts, kinder thoughts. The scientists say those are echoes from the human volunteers." They stopped at a small stone in the garden. On it were carved simple words. Their first mistake was thinking we wanted to survive. We wanted to live. Looking up at the stars, Taiho thought about how far both humans and aliens had come. The aliens had tried to make humans more like them. Instead, they had become more like humans, and in that change, both had grown into something new and better. "What do you think comes next?" Saren asked. Taiho smiled. "I don't know, but I think we'll face it together."